Hello, I'm Grim Jim, and this is Star Citizen. I'm right now circling outside of Port Olisar, and we're going to be heading towards the asteroid belt of Yayla very shortly. I'm going to be talking about some of the upcoming possible mechanics that Star Citizen may have, and they're a little controversial, they're a little um, triggery, shall we say. Some people are for it, some people are against
Quantum
it, and
travel
that is, of
initiated.
course, the ever so dreaded mechanics of game player survival, of food and
Quantum
drink.
travel
Is it going
complete.
to be a part of Star Citizen? Yes,
Finally, some easy pickings.
yes, it is. I'm afraid. Um, well, I don't think it's going to be such a bad thing myself.
Quantum travel initiated.
A lot of games have these mechanics these days. Minecraft, I think, is one of the games that really kicked it off.
Quantum travel complete.
And is it going to be like Minecraft Food and Drink and stuff, where you have to do it every 10 minutes or so, or your health starts like dying? No. Is your health going to start dying if you don't eat for a few days? If you don't eat and drink for a few days? Of course. Yeah. Yeah. But how are they going to implement it? I mean, right now, I'm in my constellation Andromeda. Uh, Lovely ship. Uh, Looks beautiful. It's, as you can see, it's a pretty medium-large ship. Well, a large ship for the ships that are available right now, medium ship for ships actually in this game. And it can hold a crew of 4 people, so it has a very large cargo capacity, and it has uh, a lot of different potentials you can do with it. I mean, I actually own the Aquila, which is the Explorer variation of this ship. So, back inside. Um, so that's something that's the Aquila. It's more of an exploration, and you've also this is more of the military version, and then you've got a cargo version, uh, which is the Taurus. Now, how are we going to do eating and drinking in space? Obviously, let's just power down here. Are we going to have to... We're traveling through a journey. Oh, I'm noticing my character's food level, or even water level, hydration level, whatever, however they're going to mark it. It's getting low. Do I need to stop my ship, go back here, and get some food from perhaps here, or one of these overhead compartments and stuff, and then does my character prepare it, or is there going to be recipes in the game? I for one look forward to it because it adds to the gameplay. It adds a bit more. We don't want to sit down today. Oh, there we go. You know. It it does add something to the game. It adds perhaps recipes, perhaps chefing, perhaps hunting and gathering. Landing on a planet, getting out of the ship, I think that's when the survival will kick in. If you crash on a planet, you are going to need to find food and water. If that planet has no food, no water, then perhaps it will have like a wreck or an old base or something where you may find food or something there. Or there may be some sort of life form on the planet that you can hunt and take away their food and stuff. Now, in games like Ark Survival or, say, Rust, this adds to the game, and this is a huge feature, the gathering of materials, the collecting of different ingredients to make that super stew that will just like cure all of your health straight away. Now, Star Citizen, it doesn't really have a health bar. It's got the small life bar down there with the as you can see, my readings are good right now. If I get shot a bit, then it could get worse and worse as I bleed out and stuff if I don't seek medical attention. But is that going to be like a factor when I eat food? Is that going to heal me? Is that going to, if I eat some sort of mad steroid infused soup, that going to make my character more buff, like able to like melee people to death in one punch, or run faster, or jump higher, or carry more stuff in the inventory? I don't think it's going to do those effects. I think we're sticking with the skill-based. I don't think that they're going to add like that sort of element to the RPG element of this game. The survival aspects can add quite a lot to the game. You have games like H1Z1, where you're having to find food and water to survive in this zombie apocalypse. If you don't go get food and water, you will die and stuff. So when you go out to find food and water, you're putting yourself at risk from getting ganked by other zombies or even other players. And that is a feature that progresses the game. Now in Star Citizen, people are thinking, well, they're going to be they're already going to be playing like parts of the game where this is just going to get in the way. This is just, I don't want to be flying my ship, having to stop my journey, so I go in the back there, sit in the chair, eat the food, then just like move on with the actual quest I'm doing. This is like a quest-driven game. This is like more like Mass Effect, where you go to a guy, you get the quest, you go to point B, do the thing, go back to the guy, or call up the guy on the radio or what have you, and you give him, and he gives you like, yeah, well done, here's your money. Here's your credits and stuff. What are you spending those credits on? You're spending it on ships, you're spending it on guns, you're spending it on equipment, essentially. Saving it up for shiny things. We like shiny things, but I think instead of like the new Heatseeker missile, super dreadnought killer torpedoes that you want to buy, perhaps you might want to stock your ship with a little food as well, because I think Star Citizen is gearing towards the food and water. I think that is pretty much confirmed when we started seeing boxes in the you're going around Yela, you're going around Yayla, right? And you find a one of the broken up Starfarers or smashed up wrecks and stuff, and you go out to investigate them, and you get guns, you get space whiskey, space cigars, and all of that good stuff floating around. But occasionally, you run into a box, and it's just full of big bloody bennies. Box full of noodles. You can't do anything with it. You can't take it. You can't eat them. It's just a box there doing nothing. And I think that's Star Citizen's way of telling you, look, you're gonna actually have to have food. You're gonna have to collect food for your ship, and your crew's gonna need to stop and eat every so often. It's just a fact of the simulation of space. Food to survive, and I'm pretty much fine with that. A lot of people aren't, because that takes away from their immersion. It's like a bad example of player survival is like the Sims, where you're having to like, oh, the Sim has to go to the toilet. Oh, the Sim has to have food now. Oh, we have to keep and maintain happiness, and it's just a massive management ball ache, where we don't really want to do that. We want to just like, look, you can just take care of yourselves, and I can just continue on with my mission and not break immersion. You guys, the NPC crew, which I mean, just freaking sort yourselves out. And I think that's how Star Citizen will be gearing it towards. Like, there will be a certain amount of food that will go onto your ship, and that's how you'll survive. Or if you're in a fighter or something, you crash on a planet, or you're out of fuel or whatever, you'll be able to send off a signal, and there'll be a ration box in your ship that you'll be able to grab some food off. I don't think it's going to be a major problem. I don't think that you're going to have to do it every 10 minutes in gameplay. I don't think you're going to have to do it at all when flying a spacecraft. It will probably be, I'm in a spacecraft, so my spacecraft has loads of food, loads of water, we're fully stocked, we're fine, I can just continue with my mission. Second I get out of the spaceship, second I land and go on the planet's surface, then I'm not in a city. I'm not in a base, I'm just out on the moon. I'm out on a planet, there's space worms in the distance, I'm looking for the shiny in the place that the guy told me about, so I want to go there and go get it. I can't take my ship there, so I have to land it, take the rover. I think then that is when the survival aspect will come to play. We'll be traveling through a sand planet. It's really hot, and we need food and waters to survive. And I think that's fine. I think that's fair, because you're not having to run around cities and stuff to like gather loads of food and stuff, because there'll be vending machines everywhere. Will you have to top up every so often? Probably, but not when you're flying, not when you're sort of process of doing a mission where that would be appropriate. When you get on a planet, when you're running around stuff, I think it will be survival. You'll have to gather wood. Chris Roberts mentioned this in one of his recent Around the Verses, that you'll need water to survive. You'll have to find a source of water. You'll have to run and chop wood if you wanted to like make a shelter, make a fire or something. And the only other games I can think of that are like that are Rust, Ark and stuff, like all of these good survival games. And if anything, that just adds hours and hours of gameplay to it. You don't have to partake in it, you can just land on the planet, do the mission, and then leave. But if you want to see if you can survive on the planet, I think that's pretty cool, no? I think just having a look around and then getting back on the ship, and then the food's all there, your stuff's there. That's cool too. Will the food run out on the ship? I don't know how they want to do it. This is all speculation. Maybe you are going to have to. Oh, my character needs food. I better stop. Oh no, we're being attacked by pirates. Oh no, my character's starving to death. Oh no. If I stop. If I can stay in my seat and keep fighting these pirates, my character's going to starve to death. That's not good gameplay. And I think they know that. I think, they're pretty smart in the old Star Citizen, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about food when flying ships. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about food when in a major city. It would be a bit weird, it's like, oh, my character's starving to death, and I'm outside of a pub or something, a bar in a major city, and, my character just drops down dead from starvation, or thirst or something. That would be silly. And silly things are indeed in this game. Silly people are in this game. There's a few silly people in this game, but that's fine. That is fine. I think it's going to be more. You get on a planet, and that's sort of like it's going to be that sort of gameplay. It's going to go into a survival mode of gameplay, which will be an interesting gameplay. It'll only add to the gameplay. You'll be fine. You'll have food with you and stuff, and you can go around and collect cooler food, cool drinks and stuff. Oh man, you're just drinking space whiskey? Man, I got space brandy from the Banshee system. I got Banshee brandy from that system. It's hella cool. And alright, I'll swap you some Crusader whiskey for some Banshee brandy, and there we've just created more things to be able to trade. And it's been talked about, you're going to be able to sell things. What are you going to be able to sell? If you can't eat or drink, what are you selling? The same guns that the gun vendors sell, the same ship components the ship salesmen sell. I think going around and finding different, brandies, different cigars, different food items from different systems and stuff, and then selling them in another system is something that it's going to be very, very profitable. For just daft player transactions, player to player, can I have some of this? Yeah, sure, do you want something of this? And I know, people are like, not in my game. I don't want it, I don't like it, but I really think it's going to be in the game, guys. I mean, we've got those floating Big Benny boxes all over the place. We've got Benny vending machines all over the place, I think we're going to have to be eating the Big Benny's noodles soon. Which is cool. I like noodles. You guys don't like noodles? Another aspect could be, well, I don't want the players find it tedious to do these little jobs. They find it takes away from the game and stuff, but if you think of the original Wing Commander games, what was the bar scene in the Wing Commander games? The where you're going to the bar, asking people and stuff. Wouldn't it be cool to like be able to have a drink there as well? Like, do you want to drink with so and so? You know, you're drinking with the Mark Hamill character in Squadron 41. I don't think they're going to add the survival aspect to Squadron 41, 42, 41. Where am I getting 41 from? I don't think they're going to add the survival aspect to Squad 42 because I don't think it will fit with the storyline, the narrative they want to tell. I'm not sure how they're going to actually tell that story. We'll have to see when that comes about. It's going to be interesting to see it when it comes about. But in the Persistent universe, landing on a planet, getting off the ship, going to, you know, Destination X, little food and water on the way is probably going to happen, you know. Crashing, a scenario where you crash on a abandoned place, abandoned planet, finding a water source, perhaps, you know, building houses and stuff. Maybe they won't go this way. Maybe, you know, this is just something Chris thought about. He said, yeah, you're gonna have to drink water. Maybe it's something like he saw other games are doing. He saw, like, you know, how people think that's quite popular. Maybe we'll pop it into Star Citizen. And, you know, he'll listen to you guys and say, no, don't want it in our game and stuff. I'm like, well, maybe I'll go, okay, well, I won't pop that in there then. Maybe we can do without that. Just like do cargo trading with like metals and ores and all of that good stuff with mining and stuff. But, you know, I think for those of you that don't want to partake, I don't think you'll be forced into partaking. I don't think, you know, it'll be that much of a big deal, the eating and drinking, where it'll interfere with your gameplay and stuff. But for others that just want to like a little more to add on to the game, a little more immersion, a little more, you know, I've got a fine bottle of brandy, Mars brandy. I will trade it for you for that Yayla Noodle Big Benny's special there. I'm really into noodles, and I like the way that goes. I don't think it's going to add buffs like you drink the Super Stanton stew, and you get loads of buffs and stuff, and you can like run faster. You can survive more gunshots to the face. That's not something they're going to do, surely not. Are you going to be able to get different recipes? Yes. Think of it this way, it's added more jobs. You know, different players for Star Citizen have made huge lists of jobs they'd like to do, like in the universe, such as bounty hunting, such as being a police person, fighter pilot, that's a given, tradesman, you know. I think that's going to add, you know, rare items, right? You get rare items. Not just like a few decorations for your ship and stuff, like maybe some fuzzy dice hanging from Connie would be pretty neat. It'd get in the way of... Actually, no, that would get in the way of my some of my instruments here. But maybe some nice flowers on the table in the back there, or, you know, a nice painting or something. That's going to be items that you could do, and maybe it will be indeed, you know, water and stuff. Maybe they will add an aspect where you have to stop flying your ship, get up, and go go eat in the mess hall of the Idris and stuff when you're trying to command it and stuff in the middle of a fight. And you're... I don't... No, I really don't see them doing that, you know. What, you're in an Idris, you're in the middle of a fight, oh, my character's, like, starting to starve to death. I better go down to the mess hall and grab a bite to eat in the middle of this big combat fight. No. No, I think once you're on the ship, it's classed as your health bar isn't going to move up and down and stuff. Health bar, hunger bar, or thirst bar, or what have you. I don't think it's going to affect it, though. If you're running around, in fact, you probably won't even. They probably won't even like include a hunger bar or anything. You'll probably just be running around on a planet, like the place where I think you're going to have to survive, like on these barren planets. And you're going to have to, and you'll be running around, and you haven't had any water and stuff. You know, your character starts going, you know, starts panting and stuff, moving a bit more sluggishly. You know he's thirsty, but you're like refuse to give him that water he wants, even though he's got a canteen there. He's got a canteen there. The rover's right there. He can just go get the have a drink from there. But it's like, no, not in my game. I refuse to be a slave to this survival thing, and then your character will drop down dead of thirst in the middle of nowhere and stuff, and then you have to restart and do some insurance costs on a ship that you didn't lose, or get another ship and then find where you left off. You died. That may be a feature. That may be, you know, maybe that's something that you're going to have to do, but I trust that Star Citizen is going to make this game in a smart way, and the food and drink isn't going to be too much of a problem. It isn't going to be too much of an annoyance for you. It's certainly not going to be as often as you have to eat in Minecraft. It certainly is not going to be as often as you have to eat in Rust. When I've played Rust, and you don't have to eat that much in Rust, you know. You don't have to eat that much in Ark Survival. Imperium Galactic Survival, that's something like you do have to eat quite a lot in that one. It's a good game. It's a really good game. But yeah, the gathering of food and water is an aspect that you have to do quite a lot in that one. But I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem here. Now, but it will be a feature. Eating and drinking in Star Citizen, mark my words, will be a thing. Because why else would you grow farms? Why else are the Big Benny's boxes in these scavenge points? You can't do anything with them now because it's not a feature and stuff. And obviously you can't eat in space and things because we've got, you know, space helmets on and stuff. So obviously the only places you're going to be able to eat are in these barren planets where, like, they've got an atmosphere and they're set up for survival places. It might be that nowhere in Star Citizen are you going to have to eat and drink apart from, like, a few choice planets, a few choice planets that are set up for survival, that are set up where you can go cut down trees, make a little shelter, and do all this sort of stuff, make a little base sort of thing. But I think all of this is very far off. I don't think we're going to see a 3.0 release for at least another few months yet, unfortunately. They did say it was going to be before Christmas, of 2016. As you can see, we're in February, and nobody said much about it.
Get out of here while you still can.
Everybody's gearing towards more of a the Star Marine aspect of gameplay.
Stand by for shield. Stand by for shield.
I still haven't had much practice
Damn it! Why does everybody have to fight
with
back?
the new settings. Chip settings.
Shields back.
Music.
Front shield. Stand by for shield. Shields back.
Ooh, I have practice.
Stand by for shield.
Big mistake.
Port shield damaged. Stand by for shields max.
But
Critical.
I mean, can you imagine?
Stand by for shield.
Like, I'm starting to starve right now.
Shields.
I don't think that's how they'd set it
You
up.
had your chance to run. You didn't.
Come on, come here. Bit laggy.
Stand by
Streaming.
for shields.
Yeah, let's see his
Messed up
shield.
now, Scat.
Stand by for shields. System critical.
Ooh.
Hold still. Damn it. Damn it. What's this scythe? You hear me, Donnie? That damn scythe. Thought it was one of the converted jobs. Some hotshot showed off. It's not tells us never a good idea. But it was to show you why. Thing flew at me like... Shit. I barely got a shot off. Donnie, do right by me, okay? You're dead.
You're dead. Anyway, where was I before we were rudely interrupted? Oh yeah, let's see if we can scavenge some stuff here. Now, rambling on, I really think interesting aspect. And it would also be another aspect for more piracy, perhaps. More reason for a player to turn on another player. If that player has no food, and the other player does have food, maybe you've got to kill that player to get the other food. More reason to explore wrecks and stuff. Oh, I've got no food, better go into that big spooky wreck over there to restock, to refuel. Let's see if we can wreck what's around here.
Collision alert. Port. Collision alert. Low. Collision alert. Starboard. Collision alert.
Whoa.
Low.
Nearly. Where's the scavenging wreck? Now, if I find the scavenging wreck here, we're gonna have a good point. 'Cause say you're in your ship, and you've got no food in your ship. Is that going to affect you? Is that of gameplay that they need to add? The fact that they've scattered all of these Big Benny's things all over the place, I think that's just gameplay that they popped in. Big Benny Henge, that's going to be just them messing around. Such, but the eating and drinking, the dreaded eating and drinking, it's happening, and we are going to see some different aspects of gameplay through it. In short, eating and drinking is going to be a thing. I don't think it's going to affect you when you're in your massive Idris or in your huge ship. It will probably be it might actually even be just an emote that you can do. Like, you walk up to the bar and you can just order a drink, and your character will have like a little drink, or you can order some noodles and something and your character will have that. And you can do that, and you'll have rarer drinks that you can get, or more well-liked drinks that you can get. I don't think it's going to add any buffs or anything. It may not even add any. They may not even add any hunger or thirst to the actual gameplay, but I always lose these after I dogfight. It will be just like a just be a thing, where you buy. So you've got like your NPC crew on, and if you like just stock your ship full of Big Benny's noodles, yeah, you know, your crew will be all like, yeah, we can survive on this, but yeah, not particularly well happy about it and stuff. It's something that Christopher Roberts has sort of initiated, and some of the devs have sort of talked about. Oops, and I'm dead. Anyway, it's, you know, something that they have done in space. Cool. Cool. Alright. Awkward. Little awkward. So, yeah, it is something that is going to be a thing, but whether or not, you know, it actually affects any sort of stats or anything in your game, that's up to them. It may not. Oh, look at that, you see those things? You can see ships flying around in the background. Huh. They're not gonna, like, you know, you're not gonna be playing a game and you die and stuff because you're... You're not going to be dying and stuff because you're starving to death. You're going to be dying and stuff because beautiful. Love space, me. Because you're out in the middle of space with no food and stuff. It's not going to be. Right now, we're being trapped in space with nowhere to go. It's a problem. I don't think it's a place. I think they're just stars. But sorry, I get distracted about how good this game looks. Fantastic, doesn't it? At that. Yeah, the thing that's going to be the hardest thing to do in the game is just going to be the missions themselves. I don't think this the food consumption is going to be any sort of interference with how the game actually plays, how it works. You know, it's not going to interfere with like your mission going, your cargo trading, or anything like that. It's only going to add more to it. You know, it's going to add more things that you're going to be able to trade and accumulate over the course of your adventures. It's going to add more that you're going to be able to share. And I think how food and water comes into play is They're going to put it into your ship. They're going to put it into your ship, and your NPC crew. This is the people that are going to need it. So those guys are going to need food and water. Obviously, when you get attacked and stuff, they can't go, oh, I need food and water, get out of their gun turret, and then walk over to the bloody galley in the middle of a fight. That can't be a thing that happens. Once it goes red alert, they all go to their posts and they man their posts until the remainder of the battle. The battle finishes, and they go, I'm pretty hungry after that, I'm going to go to the galley and have something to eat. Or I'm going to wait until the end of my shift or something, or my shift ended halfway through that battle, I will go to the galley and have some rest or something like that. Or it may be, and if you're stocked your ship full of Big Benny's noodles and stuff, it's like, oh, that's fine and everything. But if you've stocked your ship full of stuff that you hunted off a planet and stuff, they're going to be like, ooh, that's a bit nice, and they're going to be a bit happier and maybe perform a little better. The thing that you're going to be able to buff is your crew. It will add buffs to your crew, but not to you as a player. Or players cannot be buffed, they have to go through skill and skill alone. NPC characters are assigned skill, they are assigned abilities, therefore you can buff those abilities by making them happier or making them more experienced. And the way you can make them more experienced is to get them in through gunfights and huge battles, and that will get them like fair amounts of experience and such. And when you get them like better food, they will be a little bit happier and perform a little bit better, maybe like a little bit more efficient, get things like done a little bit faster. Of course, if if you don't have any food whatsoever and stuff, they're gonna get quite grumpy. They're gonna be able to their work will go a lot slower. Things will come to a stop on the ship production stuff. Your ship, as an aging entity, something that they have discussed about. They have discussed the aging of ships and whatnot. Your ship will start to run down a little faster with an unhappy crew, because their crew will, they'll do their ship maintenance a lot slower. And maybe, but if your crew is all players and such, then food isn't going to be needed. I don't think food isn't going to be something that is going to be an aspect of that. But those animations. It's not going to be a problem. It's not going to be a thing for players, I don't think. Going around the galaxy, getting different foods and different spirits and stuff to make your crew more happy, I think that's going to be fine. If you get them too much alcohol, if there's maybe too much alcohol on your ship or not enough fruit and stuff, maybe that will affect them. Maybe that will affect their performance, like the Kovalex shipping hub. That place got absolutely vented through the acts of a drunken man. Or a man on some sort of spice, taking a bit of spice. If you give your crew spice, are they going to be, are they going to perform are they going to perform more enhanced, more efficient and stuff? Are you going to be able to find drugs that make them more efficient? I hope so. I hope, we can enhance their abilities, and it's not just, I need an NPC unit for this gun. Here's an NPC person, let's put him on there. Perhaps this is even more far-fetched. You can hire droids, and you don't need food. You don't need food at all. You know, not for the character, not for your droids, not for anything. That would be pretty cool. But we'll see how things go. We'll see where we get. 3.0 is what I'm waiting for. Star Marine's great. The improvements that they're going to add to Star Marine soon, that's going to make things a lot smoother. But 3.0, when cargo comes into play, and they get, I think we're getting NPCs with 3.0. If we get NPCs with 3.0, that is possibly when we're going to see, you know, the need to store food on your ship for the NPC crew. Or perhaps, like, you can just hire the NPC crew on 3.0 and they're not going to add any food stuff yet, which is fine. I for one hope that it's going to be cool. I for one hope that you're going to need to eat and drink on a deserted planet where you have to survive. You know, I don't want to be eating and drinking every 5 minutes. I don't want it to be like Minecraft and stuff. I don't want it to be like H1Z1 where you've got to scavenge for food every few minutes to make a guy. But if it is, it's not too much of a problem. I get on top of it in those games. I can get on top of it on this game. It's just another aspect of owning rules. If you can't do that, maybe you should practice on some of these survival games. Get used to it, and there's going to be nice players. If that is a factor that you have to eat and drink to maintain full health all the time, there are going to be this Star Citizen community is so nice, so great. They are going to basically give you food and stuff. You're going to find nice players that'll give you food. You're going to find bad players that are going to try and kill you for your food and things, try and kill you for your rare food. So, yeah, that's the gameplay that we're going to have. And at the end of the day, it's a simulation, and we're going to want all simulated aspects to the game. Hopefully they don't, you know, add everything to... like, they don't go too mad with it. I'm going to go too mad with it, or add aspects of the game where it gets a little too much, all of the food maintenance and player management stuff. Hopefully we can still play it fairly casually and have a good time playing on it. And the people making this game are pretty smart, so I'm pretty sure we're going to be okay there. We're in good hands. I don't think this food and drink debacle, this food and drink dreading, is something worry about. I think it's going to be more for NPCs or more for survival on planets and stuff. Not going to be scavenging asteroids for space worms to shove in our mouths to last 5 more minutes while friends can try and pick you up in their fully loaded hot dog truck, hot dog ship, spaceship or something. If that's so, I don't think people are going to be decking their. I don't think people are going to be decking their huge luxury ships as restaurants and going around like that. However, you know, you're going to be able to serve nice food at these restaurants, nice meals and stuff. And it'll add gameplay. It'll add just like nice visuals for the character. Oh yes, we're eating dinner, traveling the stars. We've got some rare food hunted off planet so and so, and what a weird what a weird day we had. We hunted some stuff, here we are eating it for dinner, looking out the window across the planet Crusader, the gas giant Crusader, at a madman shooting at it in a spacesuit in the middle of goddamn nowhere. Where the hell is he going? Why is he out there? Why is he so mad at Crusader? Probably because his ship got taken. Probably because he lost his ship. I hope he doesn't kill that entire planet. Anyway, this has been Grim Jim. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about the possibility of having food and drink in Star Citizen. I know it's very daunting, very dreaded topic for some of you. I've seen the forums, I've seen people not particularly enjoy the concept of having to eat and drink, but it is a thing I think Chris Roberts has said he wants to put in, and it is something the devs I think are working on. We've seen Big Bennies, we've seen some things, but I think in theory it might be more for the NPC crew instead of the player, because I don't see us eating Big Bennies through a big space thing. This thing doesn't really have any mouth holes, I can't really eat food through that. Kind of hit myself in the face with this gun. Fire it. Ow, 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 ow. I think we're gonna be alright. You know, I look forward to 3.0. I look forward to hearing what some of your theories on what we might need food and drink for. Like, are we going to need it all the time? Are we just going to need it on survival planets? Are we going to need it everywhere and everywhere we go? Which would make sense, you know, why? Why don't you want this in the game? Why don't you want... because it sucks is an answer. It is an answer, but it's not very descriptive. If you could tell me why you don't want the game, it's probably going to be management, right? We already have a ship to manage. Some of us have organizations to manage. Some of us have, you know, we're all managing our weapons, our ammunition, our ship's ammunition, our ship's vehicles and stuff. We don't really want to manage food and the actual player as well. So write in the comments below, subscribe. Thank you. I'm Grim Jim. This is my first video. Sorry it's so rambly. I'll try to make notes next time. Yay! Bye.